Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to flip number 50. I can't believe it's been 50 flips already. So, this is my March and April of Fobonichi for the year, and I have switched from composition books to Midori Traveler's notebook inserts. And believe it or not, I'm still getting used to it. So, I'm not a person who's very fond of change, so it's been a little bit difficult for me. And next year I might try the Cayenne notebooks that I had shown in my previous flip because they're a little bit bigger than this, but not quite as big as the composition books. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to finish out the year with these Traveler's notebooks because I have them and I'm going to use what I have. So I'm just going to have to stick with it. So let's just get started. So in here, sorry for the glare, golly day. I just, clipped out some magazine clippings and I haven't finished this page quite yet. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. We'll have to see. I might end up leaving it blank. So this month has been rather difficult. And I have been taking a break still, from Facebook. I'm trying to slowly get back into it. And we've just had I've had, just a lot of personal issues going on and, health issues with my family and all that, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah. So in this book, I just did the week of March 1st because I really hadn't been working in the book, and sorry for the glare, and I had really been just kind of taking a break from the Fobonichi, just taking a break from a lot of things and trying my hand at some new things. And so I had started drawing some whimsical faces, and I've been having a great time doing that. And yeah, so that's what I have been doing, and that's what I put in here. So that was the week of. And I skip around. Like in this book too, I'm not necessarily, I said before in previous videos, I'm not necessarily going to worry about if I get to it every single day. I'm not going to sit for hours and play catch up queen. I'm just not going to do that. So but I would like to become, more consistent like I was last year. I mean, last year I pretty much filled 6 books of daily entries, but I'm trying to work on different things this year, like drawing faces and doing some more arty stuff in other art journals. And so yeah, it's hard for me to focus on more than one thing. I mean, oh my heavens, if you've seen my ramble sessions, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So it's hard for me to have different journals going at one time and, try to work in all of them. And, I don't know. I'm just like I don't even know how to explain. It's just hard for me to focus on more than one thing. So, when I start something, I want to kind of give it my all, and then I end up only working on that, and, I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, these are some whimsical faces that I had done. I was having fun with that. And then here I had started doing, like black and white faces. And I use a charcoal transfer technique to do these where I mirror the picture that I'm using for inspiration. I print out 2 pictures of it, and there's another video of that. I can link that below if you want to know about the technique I use to draw my black and white faces. Or actually, I'm not even doing it to practice drawing, actually. I'm using it to practice my shading. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. And I'm trying to do a face a day or like a face every other day. So yeah, I've been doing that. And on this day here, what happened? Yeah, this was just my attempt at kind of brightening up a page from a day that wasn't going so great. So let me see. This was on like Saturday, I think. Yeah, a Saturday. So I hadn't gotten very much sleep the night before, and I didn't get to sleep until 3 a.m. So that is such a pain in the butt, and I hate it when I'm like wide awake until I hear or smell. I can smell the coffee brewing for the next day. And I'm like, oh, heavens to Betsy, I need to go to sleep, you know? So yeah, I didn't get very much sleep. And when I had awakened, I awoke to the smell of black bean soup that my husband was making. So yeah, he gets up at like 3 a.m. That's just what he's used to because of work. So he's up, 5 hours before I even get out of bed usually. So he was busy doing that and he wore himself out. So he spent the rest of the day on the couch, and we were going to go run errands that day, but he just wasn't feeling well. So the kids went out shopping and, yeah, I just had some time playing in my art room, while he was watching probably basketball. And then this here, let's see. So the next day, actually, he was feeling better, which we were very thankful for. And we went out and had, and when I say he's feeling better, that's a relative term. And it's a relative term with me as well, when, to say that you feel better. So anyway, he was feeling better than he had been feeling. Let's put it that way. So he pushed himself that day and we were able to go out and enjoy a Sunday brunch. So that was nice. And then this is one of the cards from the Molly and Rex box set that I got. It's just so pretty. So inside here, I had already shared with you these journals, the 6 Kaye journals that I had gotten. And we had been at Home Goods. We just went around shopping after our breakfast. And over here, I still have yet to make a copy of it. But that evening, my daughter went to the opera house and she saw Phantom of the Opera with her boyfriend. She had a great time. She's seen it a few times before and it's one of her favorite operas, and she actually had to do it for a class, so she was thrilled when that was an assignment because she got to go to the opera again. So that was nice. And let's see what else. Yeah, we just we went out to breakfast and then we went shopping together for a little bit, and I picked up some new Molly and Rex stuff. And then the rest of the day, yeah, we came home, we relaxed with some Netflix, and yeah, and my daughter and her boyfriend went to the opera. So that was that day. And then this day here was Monday, and I did have quite the productive day, which is rare, but I was thankful for it nonetheless. My son and I had to go. I had to take my son to go get his fingerprints done for work because he works with children. He works in an after-school care program with my daughter, and they have to get background checks and fingerprints and all that. So I had to take him uptown to get his fingerprints done, and luckily that was uneventful. So that was great. And while we were out, we just, did a little bit of errand running and made some stops on the way home, just as long as I cannot talk this morning, as long as it was on the way home. So on the way home, there is a really big Goodwill center. And so I was in search of magazines and books, but I didn't find any, unfortunately. Then we went to Target, and I did find a few paints there and stuff, and they were on clearance, but then I think I ended up taking them back because I was just like, I don't know how these paints work, and even if they are on clearance, they were still over $1, and I thought, you know what, I don't know, I have so much craft paint that I don't use because it is like the cheaper version. So yeah, I ended up not getting them, but I did find a little tag punch that I made these cute little tags from. And I've always wanted one of these punches, and it was on sale. It was like $5 maybe or something, which usually, and it's an EK, whatever that brand is, punch. And so I saw it was on clearance for like $5, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to get it. Yeah. So I got that. And then, yeah, we got home and I had loads of laundry to wash and put away. And that's the day that I've already since filmed videos this way, but that was the day also that I think I finally figured out how to use my phone and attach it to a selfie stick so that I can do videos with the camera up above my desk and you all being able to see what I'm doing on my desk. So I'm excited for that. And like I said, I already had filmed one video using that. And so that was Monday. And then this was March 7th. So, and I did not record the day. Oh no, I did another week of March 7th. So this was a continuation of March 7th. Yes, it surely was. But I didn't go, I don't think, and do separate, spreads for each of the days. So I just did a week of, and yeah, we were busy most of the week doing our regular chores. I'm trying to clean out my art space and, of course, doing laundry. That never ends. Running my taxi service, which again never ends. That's running my son to and from school to his classes. And unfortunately, on Friday, I spent most of the day in bed. I was not feeling well, so I was clipping magazines for collage. And yeah, and just, chronic illness sucks. What can I say? And then I did spend, during the week, I spent a lot of time practicing my faces. So here's an example. This is just a photocopy of my faces journal, which I use a small 5x8, what's it called? It's a Strathmore visual journal, I believe it's called. So that's what I use to practice. And in the mail, I was excited to get my Tombow dual brush pens. So excited to start learning how to use these. I have no idea how to use them. And yeah, so I can't wait to practice with those. And I got the flesh tones. So we'll see what happens because I'm practicing shading in my sketches. So we'll see. And that was the day that I finally did a process video on the charcoal technique that I use to practice my shading. So this day was, this was a Sunday and I just was not having a very good day. Yeah, so I'm an emotional roller coaster. That was that day. And then this day here, again, I did my thoughts for the week. I have not been doing this daily at all. And so I just did a collage and, basically that it's time to make a change. So we'll see how that goes. And then this day here, this was a Wednesday, March 16th. So this was this past week. And I just, instead of documenting, what was going on, I just printed out a song I had heard, He Knows My Name, and it's by Francesca Battistelli, I believe, and it's just a beautiful song. It really is. So I'm thankful that he does know my name. And then this was actually St. Patrick's Day, and I did 2 pages for it. Spring has finally sprung here. The weather is getting lots warmer. And yeah, I worked a bit in my journal. I did laundry. I finally gathered most of the Goodwill items. So I need to go for a Goodwill run and drop those donations off. Finally went through Sunshine's closet, got rid of a bunch of stuff that, just didn't fit him anymore. Things like that. And I've been spending a lot of time practicing my sketching. So this day was St. Patrick's Day, which, we don't really celebrate here, but I don't mean here in the U.S., I mean here in my household. Although we do love a good corned beef and cabbage dinner, which we just didn't make it on this day. And it was funny because I never knew that I was just a tiny bit Irish from my maternal grandmother's side of the family. So I just found that out recently. So that was interesting. And then my husband loves this Irish blessing. And he had sent it to me in an email a while back. We had watched a movie called Leap Year, really cute movie, and this was one of the blessings that they had in it. So it says, "May you never steal, lie, or cheat. But if you must steal, then steal away my sorrows. And if you must lie, lie with me all the nights of my life. And if you must cheat, then please cheat death, because I couldn't live a day without you." and he loves that. So it just reminded me of him sending me this in one of my love letters. And then now we are to present time. Well, of course, by the time you're seeing this, it won't be present time anymore. But my husband has started back on his overtime again. It seems like it just hasn't ended, but it did for a while. And so the poor thing, last night, he did not get home until like 9 o'clock in the evening. I couldn't believe it. The poor thing gets up at 3 a.m. to go to work. Well, he doesn't leave the house at 3, but, he wakes up at 3. And so, yeah, basically yesterday consisted of waking up, going to work, coming home and going to bed. That's all he did yesterday. So, yeah, the poor thing, he's just completely exhausted. And so, yeah, I just did, normal stuff that I do at home, laundry again. And, it's amazing how much laundry I do, I swear. I mean, normally I don't do that much, but right now my in-laws are in town because they're working as well, so I have more laundry to do. So that was that. We did a bank run for the kids because they had gotten paid, and we've got to get together to teach my son how to budget his money, because that boy, let me tell you what, money on him, it just burns a hole in his pocket. So yeah, we need to sit him down and discuss a budget plan for him. So got to do that. And I was hoping to drop off my Goodwill donations, but I didn't get a chance to. Both kids are gone for the weekend. My sunshine, he went to a men's retreat, and he will be gone overnight. And then my beauty queen, she went with her grandparents up to one of the places that they have up a little ways. And so she's going to spend the weekend with them. My husband's at work today, which is a Saturday, so I'm home with the pups, and I don't know what I'll do. And then this here, could it be just a dodgy gallbladder? This is about my husband's health saga. If you've been on my channel at all, we've been going through it for a year, but he's actually been going through it for 2 years. And I was talking with my niece the other day, and she was relating to me her story of her gallbladder issues. And they basically took it out right away just by her telling them, how she was feeling and whatnot. With my husband, though, they put him in this box of chronic pancreatitis so far, and they don't look beyond that box, And he's had the gallbladder test, and it's just a long story. And so anyhow, we're back to the gallbladder. So we're going to see if something can be done. I just wish they'd take the darn thing out, really, what has he got to lose except his gallbladder, So anyway, this has gone on long enough. And I will leave you there. And I hope y'all are having a great weekend. And I will catch you next time. It'll probably be on a flip.